So, yeah, this happened a couple hours ago, and people wanted me to talk about it. So they keep coming into my chat, and I figured I'd make a video and talk about it. It's kind of dark. It just happened, as I said. So we're just recording this kind of off the cuff. And anyway, I'd like to go through and talk about something that happened in Path of Exile. Now, there's a streamer, also makes YouTube videos. I've seen a handful of them. Path of Math. He has been banned from Path of Exile. The reason why he got banned? Developer abuse. So we're going to talk about a little bit. It's not just like one clip. It's a confluence of events that we will go through and we will evaluate throughout time. So let's go ahead and let's look at the clip that I think most people are assuming got him banned. This is the clip that many people are referencing as the reason why he got banned. And we've got a handful of follow-ups, but other than that, we're going to look at some other stuff. Here we go. Let's play it.
Like, how fucking retarded are you? You fucking brain-dead bald fuck. I guess the more hair you lose...
The lead guy is bald. So he's talking about Chris Wilson.
The more fucking IQ you lose. And now that he...
And I said this, like, I feel like Chris has always... Number one, he's always been bald. So, like, that metaphor doesn't really work. Like, for as long as I can remember, Chris has been bald the whole time. So I don't know, like, why... Like... Nothing. What changed really here? You know what I mean? It was. I don't remember.
He's bald. He's also retarded. I don't know, dude. Like, what the fuck?
So that's basically that's one thing that he had said. There's also some stuff in Twitch chat here. I mean, there's some other ones, but we're just gonna look at this one for now. Dude, I can't believe this bald fucking retard wants PoE to become Diablo 2, but 20 years later. And so I think he had said one other thing similar to that. And then there's also this clip right here.
3.15? Oh, literally a year ago. I guess this is their yearly thing where they basically try to force down our throat a bunch of fucking garbage. And then they just expect us to be like, this time around it'll be okay. It's like, dude, are you fucking retarded or what? How about you just let us have fun? Consider that. Then we'll actually buy your shitty overpriced MTX, dude. You brain dead fucks. Actually, fucking disgusting. Fucking 3.15.
So that one was not really that bad. In my opinion, like, this clip here is like, there's nothing really ban-worthy in this. It's just an angry boy, you know? Like, that's not really it. I think that, like, in my mind, it's a lot different whenever you single out a specific individual person versus you call, like, the entire team something. I don't know. I find that to be different. I think that whenever you're talking about, like, any type of harassment like this, it is, to a certain degree, the harassment is in the eye of the beholder. Some people think harassment is one thing, some people think that it's something else, etc. I do think that this has been a long time coming. Because, I'll be honest, like, if he had just said this one thing and he got suspended for it, I would be like, that's kind of... That's a bit out of pocket. That's a bit much, right? It's their game. They can do what they want to do in the game. But what I want to bring people's attention to is the fact that the clip that you're looking at here is number 5 on a 7-point list of problematic behavior that this individual has demonstrated in the past. So yes, this is only number 5 on the list. And so we're going to go through and we're going to talk about this. Number 1, harassed a staff member for basically no reason. First ban. So that's right, guys. This isn't the first time either. This is another clip confirming this. He has been temporarily banned over personal insults at GGG staff members before. Last time, I think there was about comments that I won't repeat, attacking a specific dev, not Chris, who he personally blamed for nerfs to Harvest Crafting. And also, after he got banned from the subreddit, he went and he made an alt account to argue about himself with randoms on here. while pretending to be somebody else and then streamed it. Oh, and God forbid anyone call him out either. He has a beef with nice other people. Yeah, whatever. And so anyway, this guy gets pissed off and he's trying to defend himself after he gets banned. And I think that really, again, let's move down the list, right? I don't want to move around too much. Let's look at number 2. Made some video about how he was unjustly banned for fake Discord screenshots, then privated it when it came out that this wasn't the reason for the ban at all. Did giveaways to his viewers, which is explicitly considered RMT by GGG, second ban. People have told me not to do that. I was doing a service. So this was like at the end of like 2 other leagues ago. I was doing a service where I would vol people's headhunters. And I deleted 2 of them. Like I actually evaporated 2 headhunters for somebody. And it was like, I don't think they would give a shit about that because it's like, actually, I'm doing them a favor because I'm removing things out of the economy, right? Yeah, so I didn't get suspended for that. But I could see, obviously, like, giving away stuff to get people to watch your stream. Now, I've always thought that's a little bit cheesy. Is it really a bad thing? I don't really know. I don't really give a shit too much about it. But, you know, if they have a rule against it, then, you know, you shouldn't do it. It's that simple. Showing himself with multiple sock puppet accounts on Reddit and then caught a Reddit ban. Oh, so then I see. So he was doing this for himself and then he got banned. Then he made another account to defend himself again. Emotionally unstable enough to have a temper tantrum, calling Chris a bald retard on stream. Third and current ban. Pathological liar, tries to damage control, lie about all these past incidents, then runs away whenever lies are corrected. So this is the individual that we are dealing with now, and he made this tweet. It's since then been deleted, but I haven't refreshed the page. So this just happens. $1,000 in supporter packs in 3.18 alone. That's like the last previous patch. I'll be the first one to call the good shots, but I won't shill whenever the game I love seems to be taking a really, really bad turn. Firegrass, turns out if you mention Chris, you get banned. And so this is like, this is what happens. This is the kind of person that gets in my ban appeals, and they were just like, I was just expressing my opinion. And then I read what the opinion is, so I hope you die. Oh, so what is it now, guys? What? Do we get banned now for expressing our opinion? Oh, wow. We can't have opinions anymore. Damn. Like, I don't know. Like, am I crazy to say that, like, singling out an individual person on the team is, like, way different than just, like, saying the whole team is retarded? Like, I feel like that's a totally different fucking paradigm. Right? Yeah, it's like, yeah, it's personal. Like, he was the one that made it personal, I would say. Dude, that come personal shit's no good. It's targeted. Yeah, it's very targeted. It became personal at that point. Exactly. So, yeah, when you're the director, it's your job. Well, yeah, of course it is. One personal, it's personal. Yeah, I would say so. That's kind of where I'm at. Anyway, so he got a response. That was his original tweet. A lot of people were not sympathetic. And I think the reason why people were not sympathetic was because, very simply, he says, if you talk about Chris, you get banned. Like, this is the exact kind of stuff that I permaban people for in my chat. Everybody knows it's not true. It's intellectually dishonest. It's misleading. And it's fucking obnoxious. It's being an obnoxious little bitch. And yes, that's what you were being. You were being an obnoxious little bitch. And you know what? It wasn't the first time. It wasn't the second time. We're on number 5 now. And you got suspended. You got banned. So let's go ahead and let's look at what he said after that. And he said right over here, why it's dead. Okay, there we go, how dead crafting is. And this is also a problem, and this is why the whole community, I think, needs to get together. And this is not just in PoE, right? This is happening in PoE now, but I think this is a general thing. I think the community does need to get together and make sure that they push away people that are abusive and hostile under the guise of it being constructive. I think these people are destructive. They're damaging for the relationship between like the developer and the players. They create a divide, and they basically use these situations as like an emotional stress ball that they just fucking squeeze as hard as they can whenever their feelings get hurt. I think it's very important that people can stand together and say, listen, like, this is not something that is good. This is a bad thing. I don't want this whole situation to take a toll on me mentally. It's not worth it. I deleted everything, taking it on the channel. We'll see what happens. In the end, I apologize and I'll do better. No reason to take this further. Okay, so that's basically what he said. He apologized for it, and I think that's a good thing. The fact is that taking accountability for it, aren't their feelings valid, though? No, there are some feelings that are, I don't give a fuck about your feelings. If the thing is, like, your feelings become invalid the moment that they are inflicted on other people. Nobody cares about your feelings whenever they are used as a justification to harass somebody. Now, obviously, like, we want to hear what people think and etc., but also it is your responsibility to communicate in a way that is not unnecessarily aggro. And whenever you do that, you can't be surprised whenever people get mad at you. And I think that it's very simple, right? If you go to any place, any place in real life, right? Any establishment, any store, any restaurant, and any place, and you act the way that he did, you're going to be removed from the store. Let's be honest. You're going to be removed from the store. And the thing is, this has happened in World of Warcraft as well. And it's one of the things, like, I remember it happened to Holinka. That was really fucking bad back in Warlords of Draenor. And it's happened to Steve Denuser. He's like another one of the guys that, like, everybody blames shit on him. It seems like the guy's got a sense of humor, but that's why I always say is because, like, everybody knows Steve. They're rightfully so. Get the fuck out of here, rightfully so. Like, it's a fucking video game. You can criticize and say that the writing is bad, say everything like this, but the moment that you make it personal, you are now wrong. There is never there is not a line that a video game can cross that rationalizes you personally attacking the people that are making it. Do you understand? Like, there's never a line for this. Like, it's not like, oh, wow, well, yeah, but, I mean, if it's like a 70% nerf, then we can call them, I don't know, like a bald retard. But if it's only 60%, he's only a retard. And if it's only 50, he's only dumb. Like, get the fuck out of here. Just don't make it personal. You just talk about the content. Yeah, that's all it really comes down to, man. I don't think it's really complicated. He's also a sponsor creator, so he basically calls boss retard. I don't know about that. It depends. And, yeah, it's amplified since he's prominent in the PoE community. He's not a nobody? No, he's not. I mean, people know him. And Tower's almost banned for having WoW devs as Twitch emotes. Was he almost banned for having the Ian emote? I don't really think that he was almost banned. I just think they told him to get rid of the emote. I remember that situation. Towley's had a great relationship with Blizzard for like fucking 10 years. I don't think that he almost got banned. Anyway, so let's go back over here. Ironica's just banning people for calling him out in his offline chat after the fact. Yeah, it's always the way people are. Anyway, so what kind of baby ass shit is that? I don't know. Shit on Blizzard all the time, and you roll your eyes when their devs speak. I'm not in the camp thinking this is okay, just because you don't see it. So that would be very true, Nebula, if you had literally no social IQ at all. Like, if you exist only on the internet and you have no idea of nuance and social cues or anything like that, then I could see where you reach the conclusion that me saying that the Warcraft devs are making a stupid decision, or I disagree with Ian about something, or I think it's dumb, to making a personal attack on Ian's appearance or another developer's appearance, and then calling them anything. Oh, right, that never happens, because that's not what's happening here. They're two different things. I mean, it's just crazy. It's is not related at all. Autism, I don't like using autism as an insult because it's like it's a fucking it's like it's a specific thing, right? And there's plenty of people, like, don't fucking put this on autistic people. There's plenty of autistic people that play PoE and they're not doing this. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's a medical disorder. I try not to, in general, like, I very, very rarely call people like schizos. I very rarely, I will use general insults, of course, but I rarely use medical insults, medical, like, diagnoses as an insult. Sometimes I do, though, okay? Like, I'm not trying to, like, this is just it's a guideline, not a rule, okay? But it's, like, generally the way that I look at it. Yeah, that's basically it. Criticize the game, but don't harass the devs personally. Yeah, being too specific. Well, I mean, anybody can decide to be... you stop saying Spurg as much, which I appreciate. I don't think there's anything wrong with Spurg. I've said it before. I don't really think it's a big deal. It's the same as, like, people say, like, Mongo Cleave and stuff like that. It's like nobody really, like, if you look at etymology, there are a lot of words that actually come from bad places, but I think the words have evolved from their origin, and they now live on their own. So I don't think that certain words are bad, but I also never say somebody is Asperger's. I've never said that. Think about that. So yeah, I mean, I draw the line where I think that it's fair, but either way, I think that whenever you go and you start insulting people on especially personal characteristics, etc., that's whenever you kind of cross the line. And that's what Spurg means, though? No, not necessarily. I think that people don't necessarily correlate it to the same thing. I would assume that most people that use the word don't know where it came from, and I think that pretty much makes it okay. And I know that there are some people that try to, like, police what other people say and say, like, oh, this is okay, this is not okay. The fact is that I'm going to say what I want, and I think that I have a pretty good barometer on what is and is not okay. And so people that disagree with that can choose to say what they want, but this is what I think is fair and equitable and reasonable and, you know, whatever you want to call it. So that's about it. I don't want to go and argue about this for like an hour. Anyway, if you don't like the word, don't use it. But anyway, personal insults based on appearance, I think we can all generally disagree is a bad idea. And I think that also it's about like the tone. And this is the other thing that I had wanted to talk about, right? So there are a lot of times that people call me bald and people call me stuff like this. It's like, oh, a bald idiot or something like that. Like, I get the same insults Chris does, right? Let's be honest. But, like, I can tell that they're joking, right? Like, I have a rapport with this person. I understand, like, this person is joking around. Like, it's like, whatever, right? But, like, have you guys ever read something in chat where somebody is saying the same type of stuff, but the way they're saying it, and this is especially true with tone of voice and, like, actually speaking, but, like, you can very easily tell whenever somebody is saying something with, like, malice versus whenever somebody is saying something with just, like, you know, it's like they're bantering with you. Yeah, like, I mean, I think, like, yeah, the tone of it, it's like everything about that, like, it's totally fucking different, and it's a different vibe, and, like, I feel like this guy is bringing a completely different vibe, a completely different energy, and I think also, this is the context. Like, think about over at Grinding Gear Games, right? This is a guy that's already been suspended for the exact same thing beforehand. And then he makes a video and lies about it. Then whenever he gets exposed, he hides the fact that he initially lied. Then he does an RMT giveaway that, I mean, again, that's fine. I mean, if you ban somebody for that. But, like, did he know this was against the rules ahead of time? If he did and he did it anyway, that's his fault. He fucked up. And also showing himself on this. And then so, like, again, we're on number 5 here. We're on number 5. And so, of course, they permanently banned his account. So again, he did get banned. I got a response. So my consequence is the endless amount of hours and the thousands of dollars I spent on the game. I'm going to do what Impy did and step out for the duration of the league and reflect on my choice of words when venting or in disagreement. I think that's probably a good idea. I do think that, and this is always a problem whenever somebody wants to give some degree of like an apology or something like that, is that it's very obvious that he does not agree with this, and there's no reason, like, if he changes his behavior, it's only going to be because he avoids the ban. Like, he's not acknowledging that he did anything wrong, because if he was, and he thought that it was wrong, he would not have implied a unjust equivalency to him harassing the developers and then being suspended because of his endless amount of hours and thousands of dollars he put in the game, right? Like, he would have not made that equivalency if he believed that it was proportional to what he was doing. You see kind of what I'm saying? And so, like, it's very obvious that he's downplaying what he did, and he's trying to make himself look like a victim. And nobody likes this. It's just pathetic. Like, I've been suspended. I've done things that are wrong. I've done bad stuff. I've gotten in trouble for it. I've never played the victim here. I've never played the victim. I've never been like, oh, well, I you know, it's whatever. No, if I get suspended for something and I do it wrong, then that it is what it is. Like, you take it on the chin, and that's all there is to it. So banning is power abuse. I don't think so. I think that, I mean, like, how are you going to say that's power abuse, but not him saying that kind of stuff on his stream is not power abuse? Because I think that we do, like, you have to, what about your WoW ban? Yeah, I got unbanned. That's the difference. So if he said all this stuff, and he said everything, and then they unbanned him, well, he'd be right. But I got unbanned. That's the difference. People are forgetting MPs. Life isn't fair. Look at Africa take. Well, who gives a fuck about that? It's just stupid. Like, so, oh wow, a person that plays one video game 15 hours a day gives a weird analogy to something whenever he's being harassed by a bunch of people. Oh, I mean, please, I could give less of a fuck about this. It doesn't upset me at all. Would it be okay to ban someone from a video game for comments made on a social media platform? I think that, like, I mean, obviously there's an extreme for everything, but I think that if you're making comments and you are a content creator, even if you're not, but we're talking about in this circumstance, if you are a content creator and you're making comments about the developers, calling them out individually by name, insulting their personal appearance, yeah, I think that's fair. Especially, it's not the first time. It would be one thing if this is the first time. It's like, oh, Baldy Chris makes another mistake. That's not what that's not what happened. This is in the context. This is very fair. This is very, very fair. A repeat offender. There you go, man. And so people get banned for teabagging now. Yeah, that's not what we're talking about, though. That's not what we're talking about. Dude's a jackass. Yeah, he's a pussy bitch. Did he say any slurs or just jokey shit? I don't think if he used slurs it matters. To be honest with you, that does not factor into the equation in my mind. A personal insult based off of a person's appearance is very different. You see kind of what I'm saying? Like, I'm not about, like, oh, well, he used this word so he's bad, or he used that word so he's bad. No, it's about the vibe, the tone, the delivery, what he's saying, the pattern of behavior. It's about all this stuff. It's not just one point on a graph. It's kind of like what I've said before. 1 point on a graph doesn't do anything, but 2, 3, 4, 5 points, that makes a line. And I think we've got a line right here. And it's obviously been crossed. So let's go back over. We'll read a few of the comments and talk about this a bit more. But we're going to go ahead and move on past this. Let's see here. Watch his videos for builds and such. Didn't realize this stuff. Yeah, I've watched a couple of his videos. I had no idea. Let's see. Are there any more of these? I think, like, yeah, it's just like whatever. Who gives a shit about this? Screeching at Christmas stepped down. Yeah, it's a whole lot, and it's angry boy stuff. I think that's right. Pushing the limit slowly and surely. Got too comfortable and got fucked. I mean, I think that this is just a person with low emotional intelligence and even less self-control. He plays this video game all the time. It's his job, so he has like a vested interest in it being successful. And all of these things come together, and he just has an outburst, and he gets mad. He can make another account. You're welcome to create a new account if you wish to continue playing, provided that you adhere to our terms of service on your new account. So he can make a new account. It's not like they're not pulling the Tyler 1 treatment on this guy. Yeah, he can make another account. They just don't want to deal with him anymore on that account. It's just, they're basically like, hey, fucking stop it. Like we told you the first time, you tried to make us look bad, it didn't work, and now you're doing it again. And so this is also what happens. Making a mistake doesn't mean you automatically learn from a mistake. That's true, for sure. But if you acknowledge that it is a mistake, then I think that would imply that you know that it's wrong. Or at least you know you shouldn't do it, regardless of what it is. And so, what if Chris doesn't like your religious posts on social media? Is it okay to ban that too? What if Chris... what if Chris goes out to check his mail and he steps on a rock and he trips and he comes back inside and he thinks to himself while he's he's at the mailbox, he's like, I'm gonna ban the first person I see's name. I'm gonna ban them from the game. And then he does that. Is that fair? Like, how many... Like, what if he does it with one eye closed? Like, what are you trying to say? You understand? Like, I understand what you're I understand what you're trying to say. It's completely disingenuous. It's 100% completely disingenuous. Yeah, what if it's a full moon? Well, it depends. How many eyes does he have open? Is he wearing socks or not? It's absolutely nothing wrong with the ban. No, I don't think so at all. It says in terms of service, I can ban you for any reason. I think that I don't really care about the terms of service. I don't really give a shit. A lot of things have, like, what a boring conversation. Well, they say they can ban you, so they ban you. Oh, wow, thanks a lot. That really fucking settles it. Okay, great. Chris posted on Reddit. What do you say? Let me see what he said. I think his recent one is highlighted, so it should be there. What happened with items? Oh, this is him talking about the item stuff, etc. Philosophy 2, there shouldn't be a large gap. This is... Direction from here. Okay, that's good. Alright, yeah, I'll this is unrelated. This is very important, but it is unrelated to the current topic. Anyway, so... Yeah, that's another video. I'll probably just read it off stream or something like that. But anyway, so, I don't know. Like, what do you guys think about this? I mean, the guy is like, I feel like this is 100% deserved. Especially, like, the thing is also, we live in a day and age where people get harassed in real life. You know what I mean? Like, they get harassed in real life for things that happen on the internet. So I don't think it's fair to really say like, oh, well, it's on the internet, it doesn't really matter. Like, people get actually harassed, you know, things happen, people have their real names out there, and they're putting themselves out there, and then they get treated this way, and that's a bad thing. And so, PoE community has been a bunch of fucking crybabies. I think that GGG treats the PoE community with too many kid gloves, to be honest with you. I think that there are way too many personal insults. People take it way too fucking far on that Reddit, and it's been happening for over a year. And it's just what happens online if you don't remove the offenders. You should not delete the posts, you should ban the accounts. If somebody does that, like, this is the thing. I don't believe in, like, a 1, 2, 3 strike rule policy. Somebody can appeal the ban later on and, like, yeah, you unban them, right? It's not a big deal. But, like, if you type something once and it's bad, you're automatically banned. Automatically. Because why are you treating people like children whenever they're not? These are grown men. Like, I'm sorry, but, like, let's be honest. In PoE, most of the people that play the game are fucking 20 to 40-year-old men. That's what it is. These are not children. This isn't, you know, like a 7-year-old who had a temper tantrum. This is a fucking 26-year-old graduate student. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, stop acting like that. It's just insane. Why so pro-censorship? It's not censorship to fucking ban people who are attacking you on a personal level. This is not censorship. And it's like, why do you muddy the waters? Like, we have legitimate, real problems with censorship in our culture. We legitimately do. And why the fuck are you muddying the waters with genuine, real problems with censorship with this pussy-ass bitch that's getting banned because he personally attacked a specific developer? Why are you devaluing a legitimate problem by putting this person on your side? This person isn't on your side. They'd be calling you a bald retard too the second that you did something that they didn't like. If people from their fan base harassed you or harassed your family, he wouldn't give a fuck. It's a piece of shit. That's all there is to it. Banning for harassment equals censorship. Yeah, I think that's very fair. It's a big line between censorship and freedom from association. Yeah, I think so. And platform altogether, not keeping an individual from talking to another individual person. Yeah, of course. And so anyway, let's go back over. We'll read a few comments and then we're going to move on. Personally attacked with letters on the internet. We'll tell that to Christopher. Who's that girl that got killed by one of her fans? It was like some girl. I don't know. People, like, tell that to Meg Turney, who had a guy break into her house because somebody wanted to kill her husband. Christina Grimmy, yeah. Get out of here, man. This shit happens all the time. It's something that you should worry. A Sweet Anita and her stalker. Emru has had problems with this. This is very common now. And it's not a good thing. I don't want to fucking tell, oh, it's words on the internet. No, it's not. That's the problem. Those are actual attacks, not words on the internet. Where do you think it comes from? Where do you think it comes from, man? What do you think? Like, somebody tried to burn down Amarath's house. Where do you think that comes from? Why are you playing stupid? Why are we playing games here? What are we playing games here for? Everybody knows what's going on. Let's be honest. And people are crazy. Yeah, what the fuck are you talking about? Police haven't adapted to deal with it yet? No, they haven't. I mean, they always, it is what it is. Why are people so reckless and selfish? Just words? Well, I think most of the time it is just words. Like, it's not a big deal. Like, I don't know. I think it's fair. Like, if you want me to, hold on. Bro, like, his account got fucking banned, but he can make a new account. And I bet you, like, if he has a year or two with no infractions and he moves past it, they'll probably unban his other account. Yeah, they'll probably unban his other account. If he's made enough time and he's improved, he's reformed, they'll probably unban him. Why the fuck wouldn't they? What do you, yeah, what the fuck do they care? Like, they just wanted to show a, you know, like, set an example, I guess. So you need to buy $10,000 stashing it? Yeah, exactly. And so, yeah, that's what it is. Mental illness, 100%. I mean, like, maybe. Just have a guy that never said it to your face. Oh, yeah, definitely. But yeah, that's the way I look at it. Coomer's watching streams leads to stalking, which leads to the dark side of the force. I think that it's just... I don't think that there is any place that people should accept personal, physical insults on somebody's physical appearance based off of, like, a disagreement in a video game. If it's, like, harassing the developers, I don't think any developer should have to put up with that. Now, I don't care how it was. Okay, the internet was a lot different 10 years ago, 15 years ago, or whatever. The fact is that people's real life is connected directly to the internet now. It's not like on the internet you're XX Pussy Slayer, and in real life you're, you know, fucking, I don't know, like whatever your name is. This is not, it's not the same. If you feel harassed, it's harassment. I think that that's not always true. And there are some people that just try to, you know, they cry harassment every time people are, you know, criticizing them or something like that. But I think in most cases that's not really true. I mean, that's, like, it's like in the same way that you have people that are, like, they'll say, like, anything, any criticism of them is like harassment. in the same way that you have people like that, you're also going to have people that say that any criticism isn't harassment. You see what I'm saying? Cost you a job, get out of hand, leads to restraining orders and jail time. Yeah, exactly. And so, yeah. It's saying fat is unhealthy, ban? Well, I mean, like, for example, like if I was going around calling a Blizzard developer a fat fuck, like, I don't think anybody would have my back on that. I think everybody would say, like, bro, like, shut the fuck up. For example, like, yeah. Like, I say, like, this guy is a fat fuck piece of shit. So it has nothing to do with calling him a retard. Just that by itself, I'm like, yeah, fuck that. Get him out of here. Yeah, people would not have my back on that. Like, absolutely not. I wouldn't have somebody else's back on that either. It's crazy. Glass half full take. This publicity will bring him new viewers. No, it won't. What kind of a viewer watches some guy mauled out like a baby back bitch, and then they think to themselves, well, I want to watch this guy? Well, I know who it is. It's people that want to make him mad again to get for entertainment. This is not a good thing for him. It's not good in any way. He got really mad and really passionate about a game in a current state, and I don't think a Parmos fan. Fair? Passionate. He got passionate. What, do we have to all be his emotional tampon now? We have to go all and, we've got to go fucking pad everything around him in case he gets too passionate? Everybody else has to live around his passion? You fucking kidding me? Oh my god. Listen, anyway, I want to get back to this. In general, I think harassing people individually, calling them out by name, making personal insults of their appearance, it's out of pocket, it's unnecessary, and I'm not surprised he got banned. He can just make a new account. It's not like he's gone. He hasn't been, banned off of Twitter and he can never make a new account. He just makes a new account. I think that's very different. I think also harassment is, in a lot of cases, against the law if you continue doing it, which he clearly has. This isn't his first infraction. I think it's fair for them to deny him service. That's about how I feel about it.